And we pick up action in the second game of the losers bracket final, and we have quite a story unfolding in the singles event. That man right there, Sergie Aragones out of San Jose, California, is going up against defending Tornado World Champion Billy Pappas, with Pappas leading 1-0 in games as we open up game number 2. Sergie Aragones coming off big wins in a losers bracket over Tracy McMillan and then Terry Rue, after beating Terry Moore and Robert Atha earlier in the event in the winners bracket. And Sergie's always been a very good player, but really coming into his own here this weekend in Las Vegas. Pappas up 1-0 in games, up 1-0 here in game number 2. Frederic Collignon awaits the winner of this match. Aragones now looking to tie it up at a point apiece. Pappas sitting still, then takes the ball away. Aragones really didn't execute the shot the way he wanted to. And look out here, Pappas, of course, with that dynamic two-row. Billy Pappas, of course, a great shooter, a great all-around singles player, but the thing that really separates him from the rest of the pack in singles is his ability to score off that two-row. We've seen it all weekend long. We've seen it for the last few years. Billy Pappas perhaps possesses the best two-row of all time, at least at this juncture, as Aragones now able to even it up at a point apiece. Pappas goes along the wall, able to advance it to his shooting rod. He'll set it up, looking to regain the lead, and he's setting it up in pull shot position. Of course, he won the opening event this year in Kentucky in the singles format using nothing but the pull shot, and he finds that straight hole here. It's 2-1. So Aragones, quite a run here today. He lost to Billy Pappas earlier today in the winners bracket semifinal. Has come back with a couple of big victories over, as we mentioned, McMillan and Rue. But again, finding himself facing perhaps the greatest Tornado singles player in the world. If he isn't, he certainly is in the top 2. In Billy Pappas, Aragones really has his work cut out for him. Nice pass down the middle. He's able to haul it in on his three-row, a chance to once again tie this second game up. Aragones tried to come to the near side, sprayed it wide. Rebound caroms all the way down the table, where it's grabbed by Sergie in the goal area. And Sergie likes to pass the ball 2 to the 5, something he's very good at. Able to advance it up the table here, where he reels it in on his three-row. Aragones to the far side. It's 2-2. So Sergie hanging in there against the great Pappas. And Billy with that stiff angle up pass. What a beautiful chip pass that is. And again, setting it up in pull shot position. And again, finding the straight hole. It's 3-2. Of course, Billy, a practitioner of the snake shot, of the walking snake shot, and he's really taken that particular shot to new levels. But perhaps to stave off boredom or just to work on that particular aspect of his game, he's been using the pull shot in singles more and more often. Has a good long pull shot, certainly. Doesn't have a lot of experience shooting the shot, and so picking holes is still a question, although he has picked a couple of straight holes, and Aragones picks a nice hole down the middle right here to tie it up at 3. So Sergie hanging in there, trying to keep his Cinderella story alive. Pappas into the weave, tried to go along the wall, knocked down by Aragones. The next pass attempt is successful, and Billy once again will bring it across, setting it up in pull shot position, looking for the lead. He's gone to that straight hole the last couple of possessions. But first he's going to call timeout. Pappas will touch 2 men and put the ball back into play. And he does so. Looking for a 4-3 lead. Pappas able to stroke home that long pull shot, so shooting the ball very well. Billy Pappas had surged ahead here in game number 2, up 4-3. Aragones hoping to do some surging of his own. Here's Sergie here from front pin position. Trailing 4-3, down 1 game to nothing. Aragones fires it home to that far side. Really got that one out there with a great deal of speed. He's tied it up at 4. So 1 step behind throughout the game, but he is even. He needs a steal, but first he's going to use a timeout. Pappas has possession of the ball on his 5-row. He'll put it into play. Remember, under the new rules, you need to touch 2 men and then wait a full second after touching that second man before passing it, although you don't need to stop it. And here's Pappas with a chance to put away game number 2. He's made his last 3, tried to go to that long hole here. Aragones got out there. Not a real solid effort there out of Billy Pappas. It remains 4-4. Pappas won the first game. Aragones with a pull kick effort. Pappas can't hold on to it on his 3. Sergie Aragones able to reel it in on his 5-0. He'll now move into forward position, looking to advance it to his 3, and he does. Sergie Aragones with a chance to put away game number 2 from snake shot position. Fires it home to that far side. Beautiful shot by Aragones, who comes back to win game number 2. We're all tied up at a game apiece. Sergie Aragones, after losing game number 1, comes out with an impressive second game victory. I think Pappas may have missed only 1 shot from his 3-0. And Billy has the first scoring opportunity of game number 3. Pappas tried to go to that long hole. Again, Aragones there to make the block. The last couple of efforts perhaps have shown that Pappas' lack of experience shooting that pull shot are coming into play here. Not real solid efforts. Billy now possession on his 5-0. No score here in game 3, all tied up at a game apiece. The winner advances to the open singles final, and Pappas again beautifully banking it off that back wall. That is a pass that Pappas uses quite often, where he banks it off the back wall. This one had a slight angle on it. Pappas' shot attempt blocked and taken away by Aragones. We'll see how long Billy sticks with this pull shot strategy. Aragones fortunate to get that one through. Sergie stopped. Lane wall series. Tried to go through the lane. Knocked down by Pappas. Comes back to Aragones. Still no score here in this third game. I'm Jim Stevens along with Brad Anderson, Mark Torres, Ezekiel Iceman Moore, Paul Rhines, the Inside Foos crew. Aragones is going to use a timeout. Sergie with possession in that goalie area puts the ball back into play. Using his left hand, looking to go 2-bar to 5-bar, and he does so nicely. And from the 5 to the 3, and here's Aragones now looking to go from the shooting rod to the back of the goal. Sergie Aragones, that fast shuffling defense shown by Pappas, and Pappas gets a piece of it and then makes a nice save to hold on to that ball. Pappas fires it home to that short side off that pull shot set. We talked about it earlier on in the match, just how solid he is shooting that ball from that 2-row. Remarkable offensive player in that goalie position. Certainly you talk about the greats of all time. Of course, Tracy McMillan at last year's World Championship showed that he's got to be mentioned in that group. But I'm not sure I've ever seen someone who can shoot the ball from so many different places with so much speed and power as Billy Pappas, and gets the results. Pappas seems to average about 1.5 a game in the singles format. And Pappas fired that one down the table. It's blocked and retrieved by Aragones. Sergie again. In contrast to Pappas, Aragones is always looking to pass 2 to the 5, or in this case, just to clear the zone. He'll look to even it up at a point apiece here in game 3. We're all tied up at 1 game each. Aragones fires it home to that near side. It's 1-1, so Sergie continuing to shoot the ball well, hanging in there with the great Pappas. Billy coming back. He'll set it up again in pull shot position and stroke home that long pull shot. It's 2-1. Just the speed and power of that shot allows him to get away with the fact that he doesn't have a lot of experience shooting it, and he's not a great picker of holes from that pull shot set. But he's got such a good long pull shot that he is able to get away with it oftentimes, but we'll see how long that lasts. He now has a lead, but not for long, as Aragones comes back to tie it up at 2. The one area that Billy Pappas oftentimes is accused of being not the strongest player is defensively in the singles format. No question about his offensive abilities as he strokes this one home. It's now 3-2. Billy is a very good defensive player, but oftentimes in singles he just tries to outscore you. Doesn't put a whole lot of effort or work into the defensive side of the game. And occasionally that gets him into trouble, as we've seen in the past in the doubles format, certainly when playing against Frederic Collignon on a couple of different occasions. He's blocked him very well, and he plays a very good defensive goalie. But in singles sometimes he just simply tries to outscore the opponent. So far that's what we're seeing here. See how Billy responds defensively. Again, showing a slow moving defense against Aragones. And Sergie's been shooting the ball well against Pappas so far. Tried to come to that near side, rimmed it off that corner. Rebounded by Pappas. Billy up 3-2 here in game number 3. Billy slices it to that short side. That's 2 here in this third game. Just about his average when it comes to scoring in singles from that 2-row. So Pappas back in control here in game 3. He won the first game. Aragones eked out a narrow 5-4 victory in game number 2, and Pappas up 4-2 here in game 3. And Billy will now move into that forward position, but first he's going to call timeout. Aragones trying to sustain the momentum that he has developed. About halfway through that Pappas match earlier this morning in the semifinal, Aragones started to find a groove, started to play extremely well. That continued in matches against McMillan and Rue. Hoping to continue that trend here against Pappas, but he's about to go down 2-1 if Pappas can convert here. Billy taking his time. Tried to stroke that long. Aragones there, but there's Pappas to slam home the rebound with his 5. It's 2-1. Now trailing 2-1, Aragones puts the ball into play here in game number 4. So a must-win game here for Aragones if he wants to stay alive in the singles competition here at the 2007 Hall of Fame Classic. And he'll have the first scoring opportunity of game number 4. Sergie. Sitting dead still at that big dot, then fires it home beautifully. It's 1-0. Fiery player out of San Jose, California, Sergie Aragones. Again, that beautiful chip angle pass by Pappas. Something he's just added to the repertoire here in the last 6 months or so, and he follows that up with a nice long pull shot. It's 1-1. It's great of an offensive player with the right hand, as Billy Pappas is. He's really come along the last couple of years with that left hand, passing the ball on that 5-row. He's actually become quite brilliant as a passing forward, part of which helps to make him the number 2 rated player internationally in the world and the number 1 rated player on Tornado. Aragones, possession on the 5, tied up at 1 point apiece here in game number 4. Aragones again able to pass it down the middle. He gathers it in on that 3-row. He'll set it up in snake shot position. Sergie Aragones. Having a look. And trying to come to that near side. Pappas with a block, and Billy hauls in the rebound. Pappas up 2-1. Slices that one on goal. Aragones got a man on it, but Pappas is there to grab the rebound, and Billy will bring it across and set it up in pull shot position once again. Going exclusively with the pull shot, and this time he finds that hole down the middle. Not much of a hole there, but Billy found it. He has regained the lead now 2-1. Up 2-1 in games, up 2-1 in points. Billy Pappas and knocks down that pass by Aragones. Rebound comes back to Sergie in that goal area. So perhaps Pappas starting to assert his authority. Beautiful save attempt by Pappas as he flipped the man over, but that ball rolled in. What hand speed shown by Billy Pappas. No one else could have got their man on that ball. Unfortunately for Billy, it dropped in anyway, and it's now 2-2. So a break right there for Aragones. And again, that stiff angling up pass. Pappas looking for a 3-2 lead. Try to go to that straight hole. Aragones baited him for it, then took it away. But the rebound does go back to Pappas. This time a long pull shot attempt is blocked and taken away by Aragones. Sergie passing it beautifully, 2 to the 5. Now moving into that forward position, looking to continue to advance the ball up the table. Playing a ball control style of game, something he's very good at. Comes back with that quick, open-handed push kick, perhaps still advised right here. And Pappas will call timeout. So in that situation, Aragones probably wanted to get that thing and set it up. Instead, he went with a quick shot. Pappas' quick hands allowed him to make the block. As Billy puts the ball back into play. Still at 2-2 here in the fourth. Pappas has found success to the short side of the goal, both sides of the goal from that 2-row, but this one blocked and taken away by Aragones. Sergie into a tic-tac. Bounces off the wall. Taking his time on the 5. Chip up angle attempt stolen away by Pappas. Billy banks it off that back wall, grabbing it on the 3. From pull shot position, Pappas looks for a 3-2 lead. Tried to stroke that long. Aragones jumped out there to get a man on it, made the block and the takeaway. Sergie bounce pass off that outside wall. Nicely done. Sort of a slingshot pass. And again, Pappas there defensively. Stuck on 2 here in game number 4. Billy with another opportunity to take that lead. Pappas, who continues to shoot the pull shot. Comes back with a rolling push kick, sprayed it wide of the goal, rebounded by Aragones. Of course, we've seen Billy already this weekend really put on a show. Remember the match earlier against Adrian Zamora where he was shooting push kicks and pull kicks and everything else. Certainly capable of doing anything on a foosball table. Just a brilliant, brilliant player. Aragones methodically moving the ball up the table. And along the wall, he can't hold on to it. And Billy Pappas now. Top of your screen in the goal area. Still at 2-2 here in the fourth. Fires that one on goal. Rebound. Karam's all the way back down the table towards him. Pappas again in possession on his 2-row. Billy fires that one, blocked by the 5-bar of Sergie Aragones. Comes back to Pappas. So Serge doing a good job defensively, and he steals the ball away. Obviously, a must-win game here for Sergie Aragones. Down 2-1. He looks for the lead, tried to go to that far side. It rattled off both sides of the goal, up into the air and off the table. It remains 2-2. Billy Pappas. Billy now with possession on the 5, left hook on goal. Aragones made the block. Pappas with the rebound. So Sergie Aragones' defense has been excellent here the last few balls, and that ball turned over by Pappas, who started to go into a 3-row weave, perhaps looking at a push kick. But Pappas takes it back, angles it towards the goal. Nothing going in against Sergie Aragones right now. Serge looking to advance it 2 to the 5. And that one rattles all the way down the table. Pappas had his left hand on that 3-row, made the stop.
Can you turn down the volume? Because when they hit the ball,
still 2-2 here in game 4. Tough, gritty defensive battle here in this fourth game. That one blocked back towards the goal. Nice save by those quick hands, again, of Billy Pappas. Billy, slicing effort, jumps into that forward position to try to grab the rebound, but it hits off a man into the goal, and Pappas now up 3-2. So all that good defense there on that last ball goes for naught as Aragones sees Pappas take the lead, but nice pickup there on the 3-row by Aragones. He's got a chance to tie it at 3. Sergie having a look at that far side. And finds the hole to that far corner as he strokes that snake shot home. It's 3-3. Pappas turns it over to the 5 of Aragones. So just when it looked as though Billy was going to maybe start to move away here in game number 4, Aragones comes back to tie it up at 3 and can't connect here. Pappas fires it down the table, grabbed on the 5-bar by Aragones. Sergie needs 2 more goals here in this fourth game to stay alive. It's the loser's bracket final. The winner will face Collignon in the final. Aragones strokes it home again to that far side, and suddenly Sergie Aragones has moved ahead 4-3 here in this fourth game. And he knocks it down and takes it away from Pappas. So Aragones, with his back against the wall, has fought and clawed his way into this situation, and he's now got a chance to take it to a fifth game. Sergie Aragones from front pin position. Taking his time looking for the hole. Yeah! And he finds it. Stroking that one home. We're all tied up at 2 games apiece. Sergie Aragones wins game number 4 to tie this match up at 2 games apiece. The winner advances, of course, to the finals in open singles. Jim Stevens, Mark Torres, Brad Anderson, along with Ezekiel Iceman Moore, and Paul Rides back with you here for the 5th and final game of the losers bracket final, and here we go. Billy Pappas has the pass stolen away by Sergie Aragones.
Serge has been playing amazing on his 5-bar. He's been drilling Billy on his 5-bar, and his 2 to the 5 has been almost perfect.
Aragones with the first scoring opportunity wide of the goal. Rebound comes back to him. Yeah! And he's able to stroke that one home. It's 1-0. What a performance from Sergie Aragones.
Right, he's starting to feel it right now.
Pappas won the first game. Aragones won game 2, and then Pappas won the third. And Aragones tied the match up with a victory in game 4. Here we are in the 5th.
I don't know. So he's been shooting his pull shot with pretty good efficiency.
And Pappas fires that one home. It's 1-1. The winner advances to the finals to face Frederic Collignon.
I think Billy's decided to bring out the big stick and make a run at it now.
Aragones is playing with tremendous confidence.
And I've played Serge for, 15 years now, and you do not want to let the guy get on a roll because the brakes start going, everything starts working.
Aragones. Shot attempt off the corner of the goal. Zigzags down the table. Comes right back to him on the 3-rod. Once again, shot attempt blocked and taken away by Pappas. Billy trying to withstand the storm. Again, Aragones. Finds that hole down the middle. It's 2-1.
He's into it right now.
Boy, whatever you said to him this morning, Mark Torres.
I told him he's got to have poise from ball 1. So when he lost before he played Billy, we talked about it. And he didn't make sense to him until the 3rd game of that match, where he won the game, but he lost the match. But since then, he's been on an incredible roll against the Masters. And it's all about having poise from ball 1 with him.
As we saw early this morning, he lost the first 2 games to Pappas and then started to warm up, and he's been on a roll ever since.
Right. So one of the big things I told him was he has to play his 2 to the 5 against these guys because the conversion points are too big, and his 5-bar is his strength. So he's been playing 2 to the 5 ever since.
I don't think he's shot a single shot from the 2 rows since you did tell him that, and since we talked about it in that earlier match. Aragones again. Taking his time and calls timeout. We also discussed table management, and that is certainly coming into play as well.
Right. He's recognizing the big points. He's showing patience. He's showing reservation. He's had maybe 1 or 2 lapses. One lapse he had in this match, he shot an open hand push kick that he had no business doing. That's just one of those reactionary things he's been doing forever. But outside of that, it's all been about discipline, behavior on the table.
Looking for a 3-1 lead, Sergie Aragones. Tried to come to the near side, didn't execute it. Fortunate to get it back. He continues to get possessions on the shooting rod. Again to the near side, wide of the goal. Rebound grabbed by Aragones on the 5.
Mark, you going to hit him up for a share of the winnings?
I already own him.
And Pappas with a save. Billy just trying to withstand the onslaught. Capable of unleashing an onslaught of his own at any time, of course.
See how fast Serge is playing? I mean, in terms of hand speed, he's got the hand speed.
Working for him defensively as well. Beautiful pass through the lane by Aragones.
Serge can do anything, and right now he is hot. He's just got to put it together on his 3-bar and get through this game.
Yes! And he finds that hole again. Waited him out. The hole opened up. It's 3-1.
I can't believe he has any voice left. He's been yelling all day.
Pappas can't connect.
Billy's got to be feeling some of the heat right now.
Aragon is reasonably well rested as well. Has not played in quite a while. That one angles towards the goal. Pappas with a rebound.
And Billy cannot be counted out when he's got it on his 2-bar. Too dangerous. Now you see he's too frantic right now. I could see him scoring on this point because of Serge is really frantic on the defense. He's overplaying some of the holes right now, so he's got to be careful of the short side efforts. You see Billy's trying to time it right now.
We've talked about it before. I mean, just having a lot of energy, but you got to keep that under control.
Right, because he'll overplay some of those holes.
Continues to play tremendous defense right there. Yes, he was overplaying the holes, but his quickness got him by. It is match point for Sergie Aragones. And back comes Pappas, stroking it home. It's 4-2. Match point for Aragones. Got a chance to advance to the open singles final right here. Yes! And he does. Stroking it home to the near side. Sergie Aragones defeats Billy Pappas.
He's so hot right now.
In 5 games.
It's going to be, you know what? Federico hasn't been playing that great, and Sergie is playing
He's
great.
got a chance, doesn't he?
He's got a puncher's chance.
You'd be good at this game. Yeah, defense. Caught it. He's gonna listen to me.